So my hot take is Tikkas are amazing unless you get them in a magnum. Welcome back to the channel. I haven't done one of these type of videos in a while. We're gonna have a truck talk. Basically, I really wanted to cover this topic. I've been thinking about it, talking with my friends. It's gonna be a bit controversial. You know, it wouldn't be a reloading Weatherby video if it wasn't a little bit controversial, right? So I want to talk about Tikka. I will say, if you're only willing to spend $800, $850, it is really hard to beat a Tikka rifle in that price range. It's just, they're really solid rifles. All of my friends I've talked to agree, like, if you're willing to only spend $800 to $1,000, get a Tikka. I've had quite a few experiences with Tikkas, and man, do they just shoot. Okay, so Justin is gonna get a chance to shoot the 6.5 by 55 for the first time. $27.19.
27.
Same hole.
You say that felt money.
27.36.
All right, don't screw this up.
Holy crap.
Wow, look at that.
27.39. Typically, they're just extremely accurate, extremely reliable. Yeah, the stocks kind of suck. The magazines aren't great, but the action, the accuracy in the barrel, it's really hard to match or beat it at that price point. And as I've shot a bunch of Tikkas, I've noticed a little bit of a trend here. Here's my hot take. If you want something that is 30-06 level recoil and less, you can't beat a Tikka. If you're wanting to shoot a magnum, that's when the water gets a little muddy. When I have seen Tikkas that aren't as accurate, it's in the magnums. So some of the Tikkas I've shot in magnums are 300 WSM, 270 WSM. That one was pretty darn accurate. 7 PRC, 7 Rem Mag, 300 Win Mag. Those are just some of the options you got. And I think the accuracy is hit and miss, just like a lot of other companies. You know, recently, this last winter, I compared a Weatherby 307 Alpine CT in 300 Weatherby to a Tikka in 7 PRC, and the 307 shot smaller.
Mind the recoil, Paul. Let's see. Yeah. For that.
Okay, that hit 3104.
Hot or load or?
No, it's
Just tested?
it's a mild load.
Or anywhere else you want to go.
Hey, it's pretty close. That's a velocity of 3,099. Now you do realize if you make this the best group, you beat your own rifle. There you go. 3101, really consistent. And then the owner of that Tikka, he actually got rid of that rifle, and he got a 307 Alpine CT in 7 PRC, and it way outperformed the Tikka 7 PRC. It just shot everything much smaller. 307 Alpine CT and 7 PRC. He's going to be shooting the 195 EOL. 2851. I think you had a chronograph error.
That's not right.
4,070. You got the fastest 7 PRC in the world.
Whoa, baby.
Hey, that's pretty darn good.
Wow, I'll take that.
2845. That's sub half him away. Now the Tikka wasn't bad, but I would say it was a little picky in 7 PRC. You know, he tried multiple bullets and velocities. He could really only get it to shoot a certain number of bullets at a certain velocity, and it shot half MOA a lot of times. Otherwise, they actually kind of went to crap.
Pretty darn good.
That 300 WSM I mentioned earlier, it kind of was a little bit picky. You know, it typically shot decently well, but a lot of times, man, I saw some pretty bad groups from it. And it was a little surprising to me. And, you know, personally, I think in how light of a rifle Tikkas usually are, putting them in magnums is kind of a bad idea. And I think the accuracy suffers. I want to know your experiences though, real quick. You have a 7 Rem Mag, you have a 300 Win Mag in a Tikka. I want your honest opinion. So my hot take is Tikkas are amazing unless you get them in a magnum. Get anything over a 30-06 type recoil and the magic of this Tikka is kind of disappears, and it's just like a lot of any other manufacturer. In fact, if you were forcing me to get a 7 PRC and my option was a Tikka or a Weatherby, maybe that Weatherby 307 Alpine CT, there's no question I'm gonna pick the Weatherby 307 easily over the Tikka. Just in my experiences, the Weatherby rifles shoot better in magnums when things are apples to apples. You guys probably won't agree with me on that one, but that's okay. And let's just talk about the reality. The highest recoiling Tikka you can get that I know of, at least in the States, is going to be a 300 Winchester Magnum. At least comparing it to Weatherby, 300 Win Mag is light recoil for Weatherby's. You know, what would a Tikka shoot like if you had to put it in a 378 Weatherby or a 340 Weatherby, 338, 378 Weatherby, or even a 300 Weatherby? I have a feeling it would be a little picky and hard to get to shoot. Just my hot take. Now I know what you guys are gonna say. You're such a Weatherby homer, man. Yeah, it's kind of in my YouTube name. Could be a highly debated topic, and I hope it is, you know? But, sorry guys, in my experience, in high recoiling magnums, there are certain Weatherby rifles that will absolutely outshoot the Tikkas. Again, guys, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts? You agree, disagree? It's totally fine. If you enjoyed this content, make sure to hit that subscribe button.